Hi, good morning. I'm laughing because I just said to my kids, quiet on set. Palmonia Gordon, welcome to this episode of Shift. Today I have a really hard topic, so to speak. The question that I have for you today is, what does your heart want? Wow. Shift, as we know, is a concept that's designed just to keep you moving slowly, a little at a time, until you get to a bigger place, a better place. And while you're shifting, you're making a change and impacting those around you. Hashtag acronym lady. I like to take words, break it down, make it into an acronym. Palmonia Gordon, author of the book Order It, A Guide to Manifesting Your Dreams. Over 23 years, corporate background, worked at the post office before I picked up my bag to go to work one day, and the thought of going postal made sense. At the time, I had 5 children, so going postal with 5 children was not a good option. So to break down heart so you can understand, and heart is that thing that's in the middle of our chest, a little bit more to the left, that beats, it pumps the blood, it brings energy and oxygen throughout our body. But I broke it down into an acronym to mean home to every available truth. It's true. Our heart knows what we want before we even know what we want. Our hearts know where we're going before we even know we're going there, because that is what actually guides us. That's what wakes us up in the morning. That's what put the ideas and the thoughts in our head. That is what speaks to us. I'm not sure if many of you are like me, and I apologize. Yes, I get, I wouldn't say voices in my head. They're kind of intuitive thoughts and ideas, and to reach out to someone, and those are my heart that's speaking, that's connecting me with other people in the universe, whether at home or whether away, because my heart knows every available truth. It knows the truth of what I really want to do and what I really don't want to do. So, what is your truth today? What does your heart want? What does your heart want to do? When was the last time you stood still, really still, and listened to your heart? Oh my goodness. I'm going to do something right now that I really hadn't planned to do. I wrote something recently. I am reading the book The Alchemist, and it talks about your heart knowing all truth and your heart guiding you, but it also talks about the fact that when you go for your personal legend, that thing that you were really destined to do and to be and to become, in the beginning, the first half, it's easy. They call it beginner's luck. And yeah, you get excited and keep going. But then the closer you get to realizing that goal and that dream, the more challenging and difficult the situation. It's almost as if it tests you. It gives you a test to see how badly do you want it. Because statistics show that the graveyard has the most dreams and goals with people who never really live out their personal, they never even make the effort to try. And I just said, oh my God, because just now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll share what I wrote yesterday. Just a little part of what my heart wants. And I'm sharing it so that you have an example that you can say, oh, I would like that too. Because sometimes it's when your heart hears something, because our heart is always speaking to us constantly. But over time, we stop listening and we stop hearing. And because our heart is designed to keep us from hurt, it says it quietly, because it doesn't want you to hear and get disappointed. But when it hears it sometimes and it connects, it reignites and then gets pumping. So yesterday I wrote, my heart desires to live fully, fully surrendered to the dreams that lie there, surrender to the promise that awaits me, and to return time and time again to the soul of the world. My heart desires to speak the language of the universe, the language of the omen, the language of love, and the language of the soul of the world. My heart desires to be 1% more. 1% more than I thought it could be. My heart desires to shift and be free, to love, to heal, to be more. See, my heart wants me to move in a place of total health, to move in a place where I am free to be me. I did an episode, I'm not sure if you've seen that one, where it says, you're different, don't ever try to fit into normal. Because so many of us spend our lives trying to fit into normal. But we were not designed to be normal. Our heart comes from God, and which is why I say it knows all truth, because it comes from the one source that made it. So it has everything already deposited, because it has a connection there. What does your heart want? Have you ever really taken the time? My friend, Mr. Steve Harvey, he says, when it comes to women and relationship, and forgive me if I step on anybody's toe today. He says, when it comes to relationship, he says, women, we already know whether or not that's the guy, whether he's into us. He says, we have a sixth sense, we have an intuition that tells us. It's whether or not we decide, okay, you know what, I am going to make this work even if it kills me. And sometimes, oh my God, it literally does. So what does your heart want? What has your heart been nudging at you for the longest time? See, one of the things in life that we have to recognize, which is why I came up with the concept of shift, not me, it was something that was given to me, I would say a divine message, is the things that we want, it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Because we'll get reminded again and again and again, and if you keep ignoring it, the reminder gets softer and softer and softer. And eventually, you don't hear it anymore. Not that it has gone away, but there's so much noise happening around. So will you take a minute today and shift into your heart? I know. Ramona, you creeping me out today. But I'm doing that because I love you. I'm doing that because I had to recognize that only when I connected with me in here could I become the me out here. Because the me in here has to align with the me out here. If not, you're going to be fighting a constant battle. You ever watch a movie with Jekyll and Hyde? When he gets in the car, it's one different guy. When he gets in the lab, it's totally different guy. That's what happens when we don't look at the heart. So I'm going to encourage you today on this episode of Shift to look at your heart. I know for me, when it comes to relationship, at where I'm at and looking at my heart, there's certain things that I want. I often tell people now, I said, I didn't realize what I was worth. I didn't know who I was and what my values were. But now that I know that, it totally affects and impacts how I react and how I behave and how I relate and the situations I will find myself in, because I know me. I know my heart. Will you take a minute today and just connect with your heart? Do surgery. You're the best surgeon to figure out, hey, I got some blockage here. I need to move that because I don't want to go into cardiac arrest. As a matter of fact, we took my mom to the doctor the other day in Florida, and she had like two arteries, one 95%, one 75%. In 2 days, she had to be in surgery, major surgery, to clear that. That's what happens when we don't pay attention. Palmonia Gordon, I love you. I'm going to encourage you to find out what your heart wants. Get pen and paper, put it down. Go to my website, palmoniagordon.com, send me an email. Share your message. Share the shifts that you have been experiencing in your life. Share how the ripple effect are impacting those around you, in your family, in your work, in other relationship. And let me know if you would like to join me on an episode of Shift. I love you. Goodbye.